In the Caribbean, hidden behind postcard blue water and palm trees, sits a 75-acre private island called Little St. James, a place that looks like heaven from the sky. Luxury villas, swimming pools, a helipad, and a mansion at its heart. Yet for years, locals whispered a darker name because this island belonged to Jeffrey Epstein, a mysterious financier who bought it in 1998 for $8 million dollars and quietly turned it into the center of one of the most disturbing scandals in modern history, a story that stayed buried until March 2005, when a 14-year-old girl and her parents walked into a Palm Beach, Florida police station and filed a complaint that would crack everything open. She said she had been promised money for a massage at a wealthy man's home. But what happened next alarmed police so deeply that when they asked if she knew other girls who had gone there, she named two. Those two named more. And suddenly investigators were chasing a trail that kept multiplying, uncovering dozens of underage victims who reported sexual exploitation and abuse according to investigators, many from vulnerable backgrounds, all describing a similar recruitment pattern. Until Palm Beach police realized this was not an isolated incident, but a system. And by 2006, the case had grown so large that the FBI launched Operation Leap Year, producing a detailed federal report and preparing charges that could have put Epstein in prison for life. But then came the twist no one expected, because behind closed doors, a secret plea deal was struck in 2008, allowing Epstein to plead guilty to lesser charges in exchange for sweeping immunity. A deal so unusual that even the victims were kept in the dark, resulting in Epstein serving just 18 months, much of it under extremely lenient conditions, before walking free in 2009, returning to private jets, exclusive parties, and friendships with some of the most powerful people on earth, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, while his close associate Ghislaine Maxwell was repeatedly named by victims as a key organizer who managed introductions and recruitment. For nearly a decade, the world moved on, until 2018, when investigative journalist Julie K. Brown dropped her explosive Miami Herald series, Perversion of Justice, exposing how the system failed the victims and identifying more than 80 potential survivors, reigniting public outrage and forcing federal prosecutors in New York to act, leading to Epstein's dramatic arrest in July 2019 on federal sex trafficking charges carrying decades in prison, a moment many believed would finally bring accountability. But then, on August 10, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell, officially ruled a suicide, yet surrounded by stunning security failures, broken cameras, no footage that could prove what happened exactly, and the unanswered questions that instantly fueled global suspicion and the viral phrase "Epstein didn't kill himself," transforming the case into a cultural and political storm. Epstein's longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell was accused by multiple victims of recruiting, grooming, and facilitating abuse. In 2021, Maxwell was convicted in federal court for sex trafficking and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Her conviction confirmed that Epstein operated a network, not a solo operation. After Epstein's death, everybody's attention shifted to the mysterious Epstein files, court records, emails, flight logs, and testimony believed to map his hidden network. And during the 2024 U.S. presidential campaign, Donald Trump promised to make those files public, only for his administration, after returning to office in January 2025, to say no official client list existed, triggering backlash so intense that Congress passed a rare bipartisan bill in November 2025, signed into law on November 19, 2025, forcing the release of Epstein-related documents. And when thousands of pages finally appeared in December 2025, they were heavily redacted yet explosive enough to reignite debate, revealing repeated references to powerful figures, travel records, and contradictions that kept public suspicion alive. And even now, with millions of pages still unreleased, one question refuses to disappear. How did this man, operating in plain sight, protected by money, influence, and silence, manage to build a secret world that powerful people visited? And what truths are still hidden in the pages the world hasn't seen yet?